Hello guys, welcome to Poultrypal demo tutorial. So Poultrypal is an online farm management software that helps you to track your farm and ensure profitability in your farm. So it helps you to, when you use paper, you don't know how much you're earning. Immediately you just make the profit. You think you're making a profit, but sometimes actually it's a loss. Or you might not know when you calculate the expense you did in feed, expense you did in maybe generator and all those other costs. It does not tally up. So poultry power helps you as a poultry farmer to ensure your profitability is okay and ensure you make profit. So now let's dive straight into the demo. So the website is poultrypal.cc. If you go here, you can access it. If you use let me open it up. You use www.poultrypal.cc, it will still work. Or if you just search for Poultrypal, no, you just search for Poultrypal, you will see it here. They all take you to the same website. So that is the website. So for the sake of this demo tutorial, we're going to learn how to start up and all the features. So then we put our farm name, that is semi high yield farms, then our Gmail and our password. Alright, so we're going to put our password. Okay, so our state, we're going to put our state, and then we're going to click on accept terms and conditions. You can always read through so that you can know the terms and conditions. Just click the link, it will take you to the terms and condition page. Then we click on create account. So now it will now show you a verification required page where you need to check your inbox. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to check our inbox for the mail. Yes, you are very happy this happened here. For some time, we have gotten complaint from some farmers that they did not see it in their inbox. If yours didn't show on your inbox, you go to the spam. There's a spam side here. If you're using a mobile phone, you click on the side navigation, you'll see there a spam message. You click on it, you should see it here. You can see it is here already. So we just click on it, then we report not as spam so that it will go to our inbox in case of any further mail to show there. We report it as not spam and then we continue. It will show us a pop-up page that our email has been verified. So next thing we do is that we go back to our Poultrypal dashboard and click confirm verified. You see, everything is as simple as that. So the next one I'm going to do, this is our dashboard, this is our orientation. It shows us everything, our dashboard, our assets node, our climate. You can see currently the temperature here is 31.6 centigrade in River State. So it fluctuates depend using meteorological science and all of that. So next one we have our AI poultry doctor, our mortality tracker, our inventory, investments, yield intelligence, batch hub, where we can add our flocks. And the last thing to show you is a register new flock. That's the guide it shows you, and we click on finish. So right now, for the sake of this, we're going to create a new flock. Multiple bed houses, you also need to monitor them. So we're going to do this. Let's say we have two poultry houses, that is two pens. We are going to do pen A, and let's say it's broiler and it's lambs, and in that pen A we have 250 beds there. And let's say the cost per bed was around 1,000 naira, and then let's say it came last week. So let's just use last week for instance. So it shows here it has already been registered. So it does not matter even if it's since last month or last 3 weeks. It does not matter. You have different types of this thing: turkey, layer, duck, cockerel, guinea fowl, noila, local chicken. They're all here. So let's say for the next one, let's say it was turkey and this, let's say all lambs, and initial quantity, let's say we just have 50 turkey, and let's say 2,500 naira, and then it's same last week it came, so we put it there. Alright, so now we can see we have the total of 300. Maybe we don't remember, we just go here in our dashboard. You can see the total of 300 beds our revenue, our feedstock and everything. So we see everything 900,000 naira. And currently, due to well, but it's on a maximum loss. So everything when it's calculated it's 375,000 naira. Then from here we can see our virtual consultant. You know, Newcastle is telling us that we should have Newcastle first dose. We have to put multivitamins, coccidiosis, and our food, what and what's supposed to be there, and everything. So next, that we have our food conversion ratio. Okay, let's go on so that we can see it. Then it also works for layers. If you have layers, let's say for instance now I buy from that my this thing is broiler. Though broiler does not do this thing. For instance, okay, let's do this. Let's create one more. Let's see a pen C, a pen C, and in that pen C, let's say it was layers that is there, Olam's initial quantity. Let's say we have 50, and the cost was around let's say 1,100. It arrived last week too. All right. Yeah, so you see the three of them are there. It's still shown on our dashboard total and everything. Let's say in that layers now, let's say which is our pen C. In that layers we can put, let's say last week, though layers don't do like that. Let's say we just got egg. This is for instance, and then from that egg, let me say we had one crate, and maybe let's say two LUs, and out of that one crate, three were bad. So we commit it there. Now it shows your Gmail. In case you put a worker, you can always see who registered it and by what date the person registered it for credibility and record purposes. Let's say you can see the production layer, everything, the total crates we have produced, that is 30 crates, and then out of that we have 3 damaged eggs. So for now, let's go to the next side, which is our sales hub. Let's say we sold beds. For instance, now let's say we sold bed, and we've sold beds from this pen A, which is our broiler. We say we sold it on the 12th, for instance. Out of the 250, we sold 15. Now in this side, you can either say if sold per unit or it's sold per kg. So you see, when you click kg, it changes to the naira per kg you sold it and the total kg after weighing, or per bed. You now show you how much do you sell per bed. And also, let's say for instance now, you have a customer. The customer said that, please, I don't have the money now, I promise I'll send it to you. So we just click this on credit sale. It shows you enter the customer name. Let me see, the customer name is Mr. James. Then they say that he wants to buy per unit, and he bought per bed. Let's say the price per bed was for instance, let's say we bought, it was around 10,000 naira, and he promised that he's going to pay us tomorrow, which is Monday 15th. So now it is as if a reminder will trigger on this date. It will continue reminding you, remember you sold 15 beds for 10,000 naira to Mr. James. So it's good there. We finalize our log entry. You see it here, it's a credit sealed. Then in case he pays, you can always click on mark settled, like he has paid you. Let me see, he's owing me 150,000 naira and he has paid me my 150,000 naira. But okay, that is for that. And also, let's say no, I dashed somebody, like I gave to somebody as a gift, or I did took one for consumption. Let's say from that one, our broiler, we took one today. Let's say we took 4 today. So you see nothing will be recorded, so it will just be there, finalize log entry. It has already been minus, and then our this thing, it will show that it was taken for home entries. So you see now we have a total of 331 beds currently. Next one is our AI doctor. For some time now, Oh my god, my bird just died. Oh my god, the vet is not answering me. What can I do? What can I do? Poultrypal got you covered. With our AI doctor feature, you can always immediate action. So for the sake of this, we are going to use a picture of a poultry bed, one poultry bed, yeah. And for instance, now we say this is one of my poultry bed. I have noticed green poop, and it is not also eaten. What could be the cause, and what are the solutions? So you just go here, okay, let me my E, and it is just start analyzing the symptoms, start analyzing the poultry bed, analyze your description and everything. Alright, so now you can see it has shown us everything. It showed us the general symptomatic illness or potentially infectious bacterial or viral related toxicity causing it. So this is the professional analysis. From the image it does, it now gives you recommended actions, isolate the affected bed to prevent potential spread or whatever. Now if you have maybe a follow-up question, you can either type it, or let's say you just do it and just submit your answer. So that is the poultry doctor is always there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Is always there. Now if you saw that message you saw earlier, that is maybe due to a lot of people are currently using it at the time. So just like wait for like 1 or 2 minutes and try again. It will work. Now for the mortality tab, you can see currently the survival index is 0 because I've not put any mortality. So the next thing we're going to do is that we're going to, for instance, let's say two died from our this thing, our turkey, and it was on the Thursday 11th. Then you can also say maybe you notice coughing, or you notice maybe heat stress or anything, or you can leave it blank. So we just commit to ledger. You can see it's also showing the same thing. As we go forward, I'll still show you the reason why this is showing. So you can see now the survival index has dropped, and in the past 7 days it has dropped. Now if you go to our dashboard, you can see it has already showed us 2 has been logged, and our health index just dropped to 99%. You can see it's also here, and our master ledger, we can see the mortality is there, everything is there. You can see our profit and loss. Currently we have no serious profit due to everything. I've not really recorded anything. Well, the only profits we got was from those sales we did. You see everything is 150,000 naira. And then the revenue paid, you know why it's 0, right? If you go back and go to our sales hub, the only payment is on credit. So now let's say it is marked as set to that the guy has paid or person has paid. We go back, can you see it? It has already showed us revenue paid 150,000 naira. If we go back, you can see it has already shown here. So the next thing now is our inventory. We bought bag of feed, we want to register it. Let's say we bought a bag of feed that day, and let's say it was a New Hope feed, let's say 510, and then it's a feed, and let's say we bought 15 bags, and that 15 bags, one bag is 22,000 naira, and then we write our supplier, for instance, let's say Peace Veterinary Services. Then we just commit it and we put it there. You see it has been registered here. Our drugs, we can also put for our drugs, just click on add medication, same process. The date it came, the this thing, let's say it was coccidiosis drugs, and then we bought it for around 5,000 naira, and the same Peace Veterinary Services give it to us. So you see it's there, the source Peace Vet, everything is registered. Now if we go back to our dashboard, it has already shown us we have one drugs, and if we go here and see that the drugs, and we have 15 feeds in stock, you can still see our loss is shooting so high because of right now we've spent 760,000 naira on this. It's still shooting. Now in case of maybe we give you drugs or anything, you can always record administration, select the flock in which you did it, and you choose it from inventory. You see our medication, we have only one drug, you see, and crocodilosis. Now you need to put it in water so you can see it. In case of anything, you can put it in feed, injection, or other, just in case. So you see it has also crocodilosis drugs in water. Then if our dosage, how many millimeters, or any additional note, you can always put that there. Now for the purchases, you see this one that's already shown us as purchases from our inventory. Let's say we bought on the, let's say today for instance, we bought let's say general fuel for the generator category. We put it as tools. You can put as tools. Let's say unit, you can just leave this one as a fuel, and just leave it maybe as one. Then for that fuel, we bought fuel for 15,000 naira. Just put something like filling station. Alright, we finalize our entry. You can see the fuel, equipment, filling station, 15,000 naira, our date, everything, our timeline is all there. Now we also have the purchase hub, so we also have you can also compare with your past years. You can also have the month you did it and the year, the year you want to compare, you want to see how much it is. And also, just that this is a starter, let's say we have this thing, our past batch. Okay, we're going to do a video on that. We're going to do that. We have our past batch, so we have a part A and part B. We can also do that for there. Let's do that now. Go to our flocks. Let's start a new project production, for instance. So this will immediately click on the start new production. Everything will start. That means, let's say you've sold everything, it start new production. So now everything goes into archive. The system does not delete it for security and professional reasons. So that it's not be in case of mistake, you can always go back to your audit history and see everything. Let's do, for the sake of the start new production, let's say you pen A again, Olams, initial quantity, let's say 5 and 1,500. Alright, so it's here. And then let's try and go back to our report hub and do a comparison. So we see our batch A from and the deadline and what we have from batch B. So you can see unrealized profits is this negative, and our clinical loss, we lost 2, and batch size, all of them. It's just that we didn't really do much. If not, it could have had more analysis of the, you can see all the realized value, total input cost, and all of that. Now for this one, we have the workers hub. Remember when I was showing you, we in all the records and inventory, you see by the name, by everything. In this workers hub, let's say for instance now we have different workers. Now there are 4 different type of workers in the system. We have the manager. He has 4 administrative access. He can do almost the same thing as you can do. He can't delete you and all of that. Then we have the poultry man. That is the guy who works in the farm. He can only log mortality, update feed. That is, if he gives them feed, he can record that, record the drugs he give, and push birds to shop. Now for someone, your sales attendant, that is the person who is in the shop, he can only receive birds as you or the person, the poultry man, pushes them to the shop. He can only receive birds and sell. He cannot see your access. He cannot see how much you're making. So all those things are the features. And we also have the viewer. Viewer can only view. He can't edit. He can't do any other thing. So there you put your email, and then the role, and you just establish it. Give you a link, you just send it to them, and you see it, and they have access to their own dashboard. Also, the state of our country and our continent at large. Sometimes, network can go off. Network, maybe there's no network or you have a low credit balance. Poultrypal supports offline and online syncing. So, for instance, now let's say let me on my airplane mode. You can see it has shown me a working offline. I can still work on my farm. I can still do whatever. I can still access everything apart from my AI poultry doctor, which will not work due to it needs to be online. I can still check my purchases. I can still do reports. I can still add flock. For instance, now I can still go. Let me see. Let's put a PNB, and we see all lambs and initial quantity 100, and the cost per bed is let's put it as 1,200, and the hatchery date, let's use it for today. You see, it will give me establishing node, and then you can see it's already here. I can still do my mortality in case of maybe one day. I can still record incident. Let's say if from any of the pens active, let's say 3. You can still commit. You see, it's there. Immediately we turn on our data back on. You see, it's saved. So that is one of the most advantageous feature of Poultrypal. And now this is the last one, the settings page, our everything, the date we joined, and our job, which is our email and every other thing. You can also contact the customer care through WhatsApp or email. Thank you very much. That is the full demo tour of Poultrypal. We hope to have you on board.